Okay, guys, part three of this series of videos. So going back to the beginning of the year, when the new moon planted its seed in the first house, where we saw Capricorn, uh, we have all of these energies that are very, very significant to making this new year a year of transformation, a year of renewal and regeneration, of foundations. Because again, Capricorn represents foundations, structure, government, authority, all of these things that are restrictions and limitations. Um, Tearing that down and renewing it. Renewing it, why? Because we're going into a new age. We're going into the age of Aquarius. And in order to do that, what do you have to do? You have to tear down the old foundations and you have to build on new ones. It's a new era of rulership. Aquarius is ruling this new age. So, as we move into the new age and we move into rulership under a new sign for the next 2,000 years or so, we have the assistance. We have these incredible companions of the forces of the zodiac behind us, supporting us. And the reason, I know I mentioned earlier that a lot of what I was going to be talking about this year would be more towards a natural zodiac and our personal zodiac, but I'm talking about these world events so that you can understand that you can see the forces of the zodiac working, the proof that these forces are working in the news headlines. This is why I focused so much on news headlines last year and made predictions every 2 weeks, was to test the way I read the zodiac by looking at what's happening in the world. And you were all witness to see a very accurate percentage of my predictions come true in the news as the news unfolded and was announced. So now that's done, we're moving into 2011. You can begin to watch these things for yourself. That is the reason why I am posting on a daily basis the picture of the zodiac for that day. So if you go to mystarreport.com, if you're not already here, but if you're watching me on YouTube and you go to mystarreport.com, you will be able to see the natural zodiac picture for the day. Look for the moon. Look where the moon is, and you will see that the moon is activating or energizing the behaviors, the planets that indicate the behaviors in that sign, in that house. And you can then consider all those energies mixed up in a bowl together, and what do they mean, right? Mix those keywords up and see what they mean. Those energies are going to be very important for you to watch this year, because this year is the year where we all have a chance to really escalate and speed up our own personal transformations, our own personal maturity, our spiritual maturity, our emotional maturity, our mental maturity, and take more control of our lives through divine guidance, divine wisdom, higher knowledge, collective knowledge. And of course, this knowledge can be gained by using astrology as a tool. Because I've always said astrology is a tool. It's not a belief, nor is it a belief system, nor is astrology a religion or some junk like that. It's just very simply a tool to understand the energies that have a tendency to be prevalent in our lives and draw behaviors to us to draw situations to us that test us, to draw experiences to us that test us, and also give us the strength and behaviors of the planets that are influencing our lives at that time, in the different departments of our lives. First departments of our lives being first house, second house, third house, fourth house. And a lot of you out there are astrologers that watch me anyway. Your counselors, your advisors, things like that, so you know what I'm talking about. So it is significant then that we have support of the head of the dragon, Destiny, in Sagittarius as we look to the stars, as we look to astrology for higher wisdom, as we look to astrology for divine guidance, and as we look to astrology to help us mature so that we can connect with our higher self. Again, another Sagittarius form of expression, and a ninth house concept. And Jupiter, the ruler of that ninth house and the ruler of Sagittarius, being that benevolent energy that does rule our higher selves and the collective knowledge and collective wisdom that we all seek. So these are the energies that are really behind us this year, underneath of us, all around us, embracing us to guide us to ways of higher thinking, ways of higher philosophies, ways of higher living. Connecting with our higher self and seeking the truth, finding the truth, and opening our own eyes, as well as helping others to open their eyes to these higher wisdoms and these higher philosophies of divine guidance and collective wisdom. So again, we have the truth, the destiny of the dragon head leading us to truth, no matter how we get there. The significance of Sagittarius and the head of the dragon being in the 10th house is that Sagittarius, being a 9th house energy, automatically leads us to activate, once we understand 9th house energy, leads us to activate the 10th house. And the 10th house is at the apex. The 10th house is the very heights of the chart. And it represents the beginning, the new beginning of the last quadrant of the zodiac. 10th house, 11th house, 12th house. And that's it. And these are the higher energies, the higher resonances of the zodiac that we seek to understand. And so as we have the support of Sagittarius and the head of the dragon, tearing down old patterns that have been keeping us down, possibly keeping us immature, releasing and freeing us to embrace the new age of freedom, we find ourselves being able to move into the 10th house and be comfortable there, build new foundations so that we are ready to move on into the 11th house and the 12th house and understand, begin to actually apply these new concepts to our life and mature at rates that are rather extraordinary. I'm going to stop here and move on to what could be the last chapter here. Hold on.